Hello, and welcome to a Dark Regions Press unboxing. That is actually a Thunderstorm Books unboxing, but I purchased it through Dark Regions Press, so it's a little late to the party. But I got a really good deal on it, so it's totally worth the wait. I know this is Road of Bones by Christopher Golden, a horror novel that's got a lot of praise last year, 2 years ago. Time is irrelevant. Anyways, got a lot of praise when it was published. And then Thunderstorm Books announced that they were doing their own edition, their signed limited edition, limited to 300 copies, which is a very large limitation for Thunderstorm Books. But it still hasn't sold out, which is crazy. Now, I purchased mine through Dark Regions Press, which means it's going to take a little while to get here. I mean, I think people have had this book for months now. I just got it, but I got it for a great deal because Dark Regions Press has some great sales. We're going to bust out the scissors here because one thing that's great about Dark Regions Press is you will get a lifetime supply of bubble wrap. And that book will arrive pristine, but it leads to unboxing videos such as this, where I'm just unwrapping and then unwrapping and unwrapping again and once more until I get to the actual book. So there it is, my friends. Road of Bones, not centered at all. Road of Bones by Christopher Golden. I have not read this one. Big surprise there. This is part of their Black Voltage line through Thunderstorm Books, which follows very similar specs. So you have your dust jacket all the way around, no text on the spine, makes it very interesting if it's on your bookshelf. Underneath, we'll get to the end papers in a second, you're going to have black leather, faux leather binding with a boxed title on the top there. You will have the name and author on the spine underneath that dust jacket. But coolest thing about Thunderstorm Books and Paul there is that he has the best end papers in the business. These things are incredible. He just likes showing off. So there we go. Limited 300 copies. Mine is copy 105. I'm very excited about that. Looks like a very short read. Yeah, 250 pages. So one thing I didn't realize, I am not as up on my international history. Road of Bones is a real place. It's up by Siberia, and it's called Road of Bones because Soviet Gulag. Go to the Gulag! Soviet prisoners who died in the construction of this road were just buried into the pavement, hence it being called Road of Bones, which is creepy as all hell. Anyways, this novel is about I don't know if he's an amateur, but it's about a documentarian. Is he an amateur documentarian? No, just a documentary producer. And he is looking to create life and death on the Road of Bones. A nice series. While traveling this road, they find an abandoned town with just a catatonic 9-year-old girl, and suddenly it becomes a fight for survival. And that has me really intrigued. That sounds awesome. So there isn't any interior illustrations. I mean, it is printed in 2 colors, but it's just kind of the dust jacket artwork kind of put as the chapter headers. All these pages have a nice little border around it too. Look at the styling of it. Very nice. But yeah, I'm all for it. I think it sounds interesting as hell. I'll give it a read and I'll give it a review once I get it read. I don't know how soon that'll be because my TBR pile is way too damn big, but I am all for it. Anyways, Thunderstorm Books does a wonderful job with all of your titles. This being in the Black Voltage line, you should definitely go check it out. Copies of Road of Bones are still available over at thunderstormbooks.com. But I want to tell you about another exciting book that, as of the morning of me recording this, is also still available, and that is Joe R. Lansdale's The Drive-In Multiplex. It is an anthology edited by Christopher Golden himself, this Christopher Golden, as well as Brian Keene, who's also co-edited it. Now, I have not read any of the Drive-In titles by Joe R. Lansdale, but all of the Lansdale titles I have read have been incredible. So this anthology collects, I think they said it was 24 different authors in the world, writing stories in the world or in the vein of Lansdale's Drive-In trilogy. And this is an incredible lineup. We're talking S.A. Cosby, Josh Malerman, Stephen Graham Jones, Owen King, David J. Scow, just to name a few. Mary Sangiovanni, who's a regular over at Thunderstorm, especially working with Brian Keene. It's a whole slew of different authors, and it is signed by every single one of them. 24 signatures, including Joe R. Lansdale himself, all within one anthology. It's going to be roughly the same size, trim size-wise, as this title. I don't know how thick, how many pages it's going to be yet, but they called it an anthology of short stories and novellas. So novellas can, take up 60, 80 pages, so it might be a hefty tome. The last anthology I purchased through Thunderstorm Books was Lullabies for Suffering. Did I unbox that on the channel? I don't even know if I did. That might have been pre-channel, but it was gorgeous. It was incredible. Very much looking forward to what they do with the drive-in multiplex. I have my copy ordered. That one's limited to 350 copies, 50 copies more than Road of Bones here. But given that Thunderstorm typically sells out their titles, I don't know how much longer those copies are available. So link in the description below. Get on over to Thunderstorm Books. Pick yourself up a copy of Road of Bones or the Drive-In Multiplex or any of the other titles, amazing titles that Thunderstorm Books does, including a line specifically catered by Jeff Strand of his own titles, the Gleefully Macabre line, of which I just unboxed Cyclops Road the other day, so you can go check that out. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing, and we'll see you around next time.